Okay, this is opening day of deer season in my home state. I'm really fired up. We've got temperatures that are in the low 40s. In some areas of the county, it's 40, actually 43 degrees, and this is some of the coldest temperatures I've seen in probably 10 years. So I don't know if that's going to get the deer moving more or not, but hopefully they will. The winds are from the south, so the tree stand I've got picked out, or the area that I'm going to put the tree stand, looks really good this morning. So we've done all this preseason scouting, trying to find the acorns and the browse lines, and deer trails, the bedding areas. Trying to get close to benches and saddles and stuff like that. So hopefully all that will play an important role. But sometimes you gotta have a little bit of luck too. So we want to get everything ready to go. We're gonna get up there and hopefully we'll see some deer this morning. Maybe we'll see a 2.5, 3.5 year old buck that we want to shoot. But even if we don't, it's opening day, so let's get at it. And get some more of these on the wall. Okay, we got a short drive to where I'm going to park, and it's about probably a 10-15 minute hike right now. So we're in the car, getting ready to head out. See the air temperature got really cool last night. Well, my tires are showing low. It typically does that when the air inside your tires condenses. You lose pressure, so put a little air in the tires. You can see where I live on my property, we've got several apple trees, and they hit really hard this year. But when I looked on the game lands, I only found really that one tree that was bearing apples. So that's going to be a key for us also as we move forward with this hunting season. All right, I'm getting ready to get on the highway, so we're going to turn this video off. I guess I better get my seatbelt on too. So we'll talk to you again when we'll talk to you in just a few minutes. I hope, about 10 or 15 minutes when we're in the tree stand. It's nice to know when you're walking in early in the morning and it's pitch black that you've done your scouting, you've done your homework, and you know exactly where you're going to go. You know exactly where you're going to set up for the morning's hunt. And based on everything that you've seen so far, based on all the sign, you've got a high confidence level that you're going to see something. But as always, that remains to be seen. Not long after the doe and her fawns had left,
a small spike came walking in. Still velvet colored. I didn't think much about him, just watched him move around. But I did decide to video him as he was leaving, and I'm glad I did. You can always learn when you're hunting. If you watch closely, this small buck is actually scent marking this limb. It's a small tree limb that's coming off. He's not rubbing his antlers at all because they're still covered in velvet. But he's rubbing his preorbital glands, and then he'll go back and sniff and then rub again. So it just goes to show you that when you find rubs in the woods, it's not just a visual marking, it's a scent post for other deer as well. Hey, as hunters, we've always got to be willing to learn, right? Yeah, we've seen does like this before. She must be the matriarch of the herd. She came in this morning very nervous and tentative. She obviously didn't like what she thought was going on, so she skirted around and headed on out another direction. The doe and fawns came in along with the spike buck, and they didn't know I was in the woods. But this deer, she obviously knew something was going on. If she comes back without fawns, this may be the perfect doe to take out of the herd.
Okay, I'm down out of the tree stand, and as you can see, the top of this ridge, I'm hunting just off the side of it on a small finger ridge. It doesn't make a bench down here, but it almost shelves out just a little bit. You can kind of tell down through there where it shelves out, and the deer like to walk through there. Real thick areas back over here for good bedding area. So it was a good spot this morning. Saw, what did we see, 2, 4, 5 deer. Heard some turkeys. Saw a few squirrels. Yeah, obviously you're gonna see squirrels all the time when you're deer hunting, but good spot to hunt. So we're hoping to come back to this spot. Looked pretty good. If you get a chance, like and subscribe to my hunting channel, and we'll see you next time.